I am going to teach you today how to create a works cited entry for your primary text, which in this case might be Shakespeare's Macbeth, while following the rules of MLA. MLA is the Modern Language Association, and they are one of the organizations who sets rules for how to properly cite material to avoid plagiarism. The first thing I'm going to do is open a fake document where I'll be making my example works cited entry. Here we go. Now, I'm also going to open internet and go to Purdue OWL. You can go to Google and Google search Purdue OWL, or you can go to owl.english.purdue.edu. And basically, this is the best online source for correct works cited entries. If you're not going to use OWLs through the online writing lab through Purdue, you're going to want to make sure that whatever website you're using to check your MLA information, you're using the 7th edition of MLA. They update it all the time, and they update the rules all the time. So I'm going to scroll down to where I see a book with one author. This is how I'm going to need to cite my one book with my one author, in this case, Shakespeare's Macbeth. So I'm actually just going to copy and paste the rules for myself onto my page, so I'm sure that I'm going to do it correctly. When I have a book with one author, I do the last name, then the first, last name, comma, first name, period. Then the title of the text, italicized, and then a period. The place of publication, a colon, the name of the publisher, a comma, the year it was published, a period, and then the word print, followed by a period. In the 7th edition of MLA, we've started to use the word print to reference books that are in fact printed books rather than ebooks, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for Shakespeare's Macbeth, and I'm going to use the 2 pages of the book that I actually need to make sure I get this information accurate. It's at the very beginning. And so I've got the title of the author, the name of the publisher, and place of publication. You always choose the first place. So I would choose New York in this case. I also want to know when this was published. So I go back and I see that this particular edition was published in 1992. I can always come back to this material if I need it, but I'm going to go ahead and say Shakespeare, comma, William, period. Macbeth, italicized, and a period. New York was the first place listed, then Simon and Schuster, and I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to check my spelling. S-C-H-U-S-T-E-R. Yep, followed by paperbacks. Then I want to double check to make sure I was going to have the right date, 1992. And then, of course, the word print, because I'm talking about my print book. Now, I'm going to make sure that this is in Times New Roman, size 12. And there we have it. I have my works cited entry. Although, I need one other thing. I'm going to erase my instructions. When I make a works cited entry, I actually need to say the word works cited at the top, centered. If I'm going to cite more than one work, it'll need to say works cited, plural.